Sue McLean. This is for my practicum for my TESOL Certificate IV course. This is my friend May, who is a Filipino. May is 52. She speaks quite well. Her level of speaking and listening is around about upper intermediate. However, she has a little bit more difficulty with her reading and writing. So today's lesson, which is lesson 1 of my practicum, is applying for a New Zealand family visa, because May would like to move to New Zealand one day, as her son lives there, and she needs some assistance in understanding how the visa process works. So we'll start on lesson plan 1 now. Okay, May, good morning.
Hi, good morning. My name is May. I am here in Sue's place to learn how to apply for a parent visa to New Zealand.
Okay, so May, today we're going to go through, what we're going to do first is I'm going to show you a video. Sorry, actually, I'm going to show you a video that shows you how easy it is to apply for a visa online to New Zealand. And I had some problems with my laptop this morning, so do give it a few seconds to warm up. So I'll just quickly pop it in for you. It is, and I should have this on cut and paste. Sorry, I'll do it on cut and paste. It's only 1.5 minutes, but it's very informative about how the process actually works. And here we go.
Whether you're coming to New Zealand to visit, study, work, or live, you'll know there are a few things you need to get sorted. The good news is that you can apply for your visa online, and it's now easier than ever before. In fact, it's faster and cheaper than a paper application, leaving you more time to plan the fun stuff. No matter if you're coming from Shanghai or Suva, you can apply for your visa online from anywhere at any time. And if you're already in New Zealand and want to stay longer, you can apply for that too. To get started, visit the immigration website to find out if you need a visa and the requirements you'll need to meet. To apply, you'll need to upload your documents, a passport-style photo, and pay with a credit or debit card. We can't start processing your visa unless everything's there, so double check you've included all the required documents before you press submit. You can even start your application, save it, and finish it later. Once you've submitted your application, we'll let you know if you need to send us your passport or if we can issue an e-visa. Simple. So jump online, get started, and we'll see you soon.
Okay? It's pretty simple, really. So I'm going to just cancel that and minimize that. Now I'm going to give you, I had a look at another website, and on that website it had a little bit of a blurb on the parent policy for moving to New Zealand. And as you're moving over to be with your son, I thought you might be interested in this. Now, I might just start reading it for you, and then you can take over and read the rest of it, okay? It's Move to New Zealand Parent Policy. Parent policy is for people who want to move to New Zealand to live there permanently and have an adult child who is a New Zealand citizen or resident. Parents of New Zealand citizens or residents may be granted residence if. Do you want to read it from there?
If their child is 17 years or over and sponsors the application, their family's center of gravity is in New Zealand and they meet all applicants' requirements. Your child must be able to meet all the sponsoring requirements to qualify as a parent sponsor. Under this policy, sponsoring children include biological and adopted children and your partner's children, whether or not your partner is included in the application. If that child has lived as part of your family unit for most of the child's life between the time of relationship with your partner began and when the child turned 17. A sponsor legal guardian and their partner, as well as grandparents and their partner, may move to New Zealand under the parent policy if they meet the basic requirements.
Okay, I'll do the next bit if you like. What does centre of gravity mean? It refers to centre of gravity
Centre
where it
of
says their
gravity, yes.
family centre of gravity
Yes.
is in New Zealand. The centre of gravity of your family is in New Zealand if 1. The principal applicant has no dependent children and the number of their adult children lawfully and permanently in New Zealand is equal to or greater than those lawfully or permanently in any other single country. Or the principal applicant has dependent children and the number of their children lawfully and permanently in New Zealand is equal to or greater than those lawfully and permanently in any other single country. The number of dependent children must equal to or be fewer than the number of adult children in New Zealand. So in other words, it's saying if you've got dependent children overseas, they probably wouldn't consider you. But if you have no dependent children, dependent are those under 18 and requiring you to financially support them, etc.
So if they are the one in New Zealand.
But if they're in New Zealand, that's fine. Yeah. So you don't. I don't think you have any dependent children now. So this is fine for you. So this
my
means
son is already on his own.
Yes, of course. Yes. So okay. So that is that one there. Do you have any questions from that?
So it means under this policy, if my son will be sponsoring me for a parent policy, and then this will, he can also
He can sponsor
sponsor
you.
my partners if I have a partner.
Yes, absolutely. If you have a partner,
Really?
yes,
Oh.
he can also sponsor your partner to move to New Zealand. If your partner has no dependent children here in Singapore,
Yes,
or in
yes,
the
yes,
Philippines or wherever,
Mhm.
yes,
Wow.
yes. So you could definitely take your partner with you under this policy. If
So I
he
can-
qualifies, and he has to have no past bad history and
Yes,
so
yes,
on.
yes, yes.
And there are financial things involved in this too, as you will see as you go through. So, and your son has to be happy to sponsor him as well. So yes, it's definitely an option that you can consider.
Okay, that's good.
All right. So what we might do now
So
is
this will be mine.
yes, that's your copy. You may keep that. And I've got the website, I think, at the top of that. Is the agency site on there? Yes.
Yes,
So you
yes,
can have
yes.
a look at that when you
Okay.
get home.
Okay.
That's actually an agent that arranges visas, which you can or you may not need to use, because I think the New Zealand system is actually quite simple to follow, as you'll see as you go through. But you can use agencies to do this for you, but it costs money.
Costs
Probably
money,
$3 or
yes,
$4,000.
definitely.
Yeah. So the next one I'm going to show you is just a little video about New Zealand and how wonderful it is, and some of the really good things about New Zealand. So it will, and after it's finished, I'm going to give you a little questionnaire, and I'd like you to just answer the questions. Now we'll watch the video first,
Okay.
and then I'll get you to fill out the questionnaire when you watch it a second time. So just relax and watch it the first time.
Okay.
Okay? All right, here we go. And that's quite a cute little video actually. It's only a couple of minutes again, but it's really cool. I used to type in this. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Heavenly.
It's just gorgeous.
Awesome. All the natures.
Yes, it's lovely. Woo. Maybe we're going to play next week.
Hope so. Yes, it's true. New Zealand skills shortage.
But that's something you should look into at some stage and see what they need. I mean, we're going to a short course and something.
I am thinking of that already. Look at that.
Isn't that cool? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the questions. Hang on, just stop that. I'm going to give you the questions, this little question sheet here, and what I want you to do is read the questions,
Okay.
and then watch the video again, and we can stop, you can stop it, I'll give you back the controls here. You're not left-handed, are you? You're right-handed.
No.
Okay, so move your laptop down here, and get your little notebook ready. Oh no, actually don't worry about your notebook, just use this, but you can stop it at any time. So read the questions first, and make sure you understand them.
All the questions or just
Just read them out, yeah, and just make sure you understand them, yeah.
questions? A, how many people per square kilometer in New Zealand?
Yeah.
You are never more than how far from the sea? Are new migrants happy with their welcome into New Zealand? In the Global Peace Index survey of 162 countries, where does New Zealand come? How many occupations are on the immigration skills shortage list?
So there you are. So all of those answers are in the film.
Oh,
So
okay.
as you watch it, you'll see the answers pop up on the screen.
Ah, okay.
So
Oh.
just start to watch it, and then you can fill the answers in from.
Where should I put the
Yeah,
answers?
just put write it next to it. That's fine. Yes. And then when you finish, we'll just run through again and just check your answers.
Okay. So I can just stop the
Yes, you
answer?
can stop it.
You're never more than how far from the sea? We go again first. 60 people per square kilometer. Okay. Happy with their welcome into New Zealand. Good. It's not 150.
That's interesting.
Wow.
Isn't it? The least
Wow.
corrupt country in the
I
world.
thought this country.
New Zealand's just
Wow.
amazing.
No wonder a lot of people is very want to do it, especially
It is cold, by the way.
Filipinos. There's so many Filipinos
Yeah.
now down there.
Yeah. All right. So we'll
Yes.
stop that. Now, let me have a, well, let's go through your answers. So let's just run through it quickly again. So go back to the beginning here. That's it. You're the driver now. Okay. So this is just such a lovely video, isn't it?
Very. you can't help falling in love
Yes.
with New Zealand by this video.
Do you know what that bird is?
What bird is it?
Kiwi.
Oh, so kiwi is a bird?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yes, there you go.
Oh, kiwi.
It's a beautiful little bird. It can't fly, it just runs everywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's a bird.
16 kilometers? Yes. It
A
does
bird's
have little
supposed to
wings.
be a bird's supposed to be will fly. But
Well,
a bird don't.
penguin, it's a bit like a penguin, you see? So penguin is a bird too, but it can't fly. Just checking your answers as we go through. Yes.
Oh,
And this is rugby. You know rugby? Yeah. I'm sure your boyfriend watches rugby.
Yeah, he did, but his is most on
Soccer.
soccer.
Yeah. That's very popular here in
Yes.
Asia. Excellent. You got them all right. Good. Wonderful.
Awesome video.
That is an amazing video, isn't it? And the countryside is just stunning, and the innovation in the country, and they appear to give everyone a chance, you know. So
I'll hope that if ever, my boyfriend also will be able to go for a visit,
Mhm.
and I hope to convince him
To come.
to sell his house and buy that.
Well, he can leave his house. Sorry, he can keep his house here and
Just apply for
and
that.
apply for down there, and then see how it goes. And
This
then
is
sell it
really
later on.
open
Yeah.
more of our
Opportunities.
plans. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it
We
shows
were
you.
already thinking this,
Yeah.
but now it
It
helps
just
more.
shows you
that-
how many opportunities there
Yes,
are.
yes.
Sorry, I'll use that's fine. Shows you how many opportunities there are for
Yes,
people to
yes.
emigrate to New Zealand. As I said, they're very accepting. They do have 150 jobs that
Yes.
they can't fill, types of jobs that they can't fill. So that's really
That's quite
interesting.
a lot.
And I think if you research that, you will find what jobs they are in short supply for, and certainly that would make it easier again. But you do have a sponsor there, as you see when you go through the website. You'll see that because you have your son there and have a sponsor, then it is easier for you than it would be for someone
Yes,
else just
yes.
trying to apply
Yes,
as
yes.
a new immigrant. And of course, your age is slightly against you for a new
Yes,
immigrant,
yes.
but as
Because
a
I have a
sponsored
sponsor.
immigrant, you'll be fine. Okay? So, all right, let's go on to the next bit then. But very well done there. Excellent. Is there any questions that come up from that?
You said just now from this that my son also can, in case my partner also will be, my son will be able to sponsor.
Yes. Yes.
Even if we are not legally married.
Yes, because you're seen under New Zealand law as being in a de facto
Oh,
relationship.
really? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh. It helps. It helps.
Yes.
It's really open. Oh, that's good.
Of course, you need to confirm that with the New Zealand government, but yes.
Yes,
that is-
yes.
From reading their documents, that is.
they put it
Yes,
in there.
yeah.
I think so. And also, if the time comes that we're going to apply, then my son also will be able to know in
Yes.
New Zealand because he will be the one to.
Well, actually, you can make application, and that's what I'm going to show you. With
Okay.
your son's approval, because he has to sponsor you, and he has to provide you with certain details.
Okay.
So you can run it from this end.
Okay.
You don't have to rely on
To
your
rely on
medical thing. So he can
So I
certainly
can-
help you out with it, like then provide you with information and help you. He will have to provide letters and things like that.
Yes.
But you are the primary applicant. Okay.
So I will be the one who will apply.
Yes. So, okay. So moving on to the next bit. Sorry, I'll just check my lesson plan just quickly. Okay. The next one we're going to is actually the New Zealand government. I nearly said New South Wales. The New Zealand government's actual website for immigration
For
visas.
immigration visas.
So we're going to go there next. Alrighty. And it explains to you what you need to do. Now I'm going to get you to navigate it because here it is here. Sorry. I was just back to a website. We're doing a lot of stuff on websites there. I hope this doesn't bore you too much.
No.
The next lesson, I promise you, will be much more exciting. We're doing some role plays. Okay, now here is the website. Comes to live permanently in New Zealand, alright? Now, here is question sheet B, and this is the government site you've just been to. And these are your instructions on how to find the appropriate visa for your partner, sorry, your parent. The appropriate links for your parent visa, okay? So the first one you do is click on apply for a visa at the top of the page.
Apply.
Not quite at the top, near the top of the page here. Yeah.
This one.
And then what is the next thing you do?
Select the type of the visa. This one.
Yeah, this is it here.
Just
Yeah, pull it down, and then the one you want, which one do you think it would be that you want?
joint family.
Yes, that's right. So then it asks you, what is the next question?
What is your family relationship?
Yes, that's correct.
Parent,
Yes.
and then
Then select a visa underneath.
parent and grandparent visitor visa, parent residence visa.
Which do you think? I'm
This
not saying
one.
you're wrong. Yes, that's correct. Yeah. And here it says view visa details
and apply.
and apply. So let's go and look at the visa details. Yep. Okay. And it tells you here all about the visa. Do you want to read it to me?
This one,
Mhm.
the parent resident visa. You may be able to move to New Zealand to join your adult New Zealand citizen or resident child. You'll need to send us an expression of interest explaining how you'll meet the requirements for Tier 1 or Tier 2 of our two-tiered system and be sponsored by your child. If we invite you to apply for residence and your application is successful, you'll be able to live, work, and study in New Zealand indefinitely.
Are there any words there that you don't understand? I just noticed you struggled a little bit with tier,
Yes.
which is actually pronounced tier.
Tier. So what is tier?
Tier.
Oh, yes.
Tier is a level. So you have, for example, if you made a wedding cake, you've seen these wedding cakes, I'm sure,
Yes.
like that, right? And the bride and groom
Yes. Tier.
on top.
Okay.
A tier. This is tier 1, tier 2,
Oh, so the,
tier 3.
The
so they're
level,
levels.
the levels.
Yes.
Oh, so tier is another word for
equals
levels.
level. So if you come across that word again,
Mhm.
you'll know it's a noun and it
Okay.
means level. Tier. T-I-E-R.
Tier. Okay.
It's a noun. Okay.
So they are the same. Level and tier.
Yes, they're virtually the same.
Like
It's depending on how they're
on
used.
how they
of
use in
course.
a-
Yes, the context they're using. In this context,
In a
it is a
certain
level.
levels.
Yes. Yeah. So I'll pop that up there for you so you can refer to
Okay.
that if you need to. Okay. Are there any other words you don't understand yet?
Let me see. I think that's the only one.
Here it says two-tiered
Two-tiered
system.
system.
So what do you
Okay.
think that means?
So it means
Two
two
level
level of the
system.
system.
So you can apply in
So-
level 1 or you can apply in level,
Level
2.
2. Oh, so there's two kind of
Two kinds
of
visas.
visas that you can
go.
go.
Yes. But I think yours is level 1 and we'll find that out as we go
Okay.
through. Alright? Now, where do we go to next? Just scroll down. Okay. The application process. And underneath here it says, the first stage here is you send us your expression of interest.
What is expression of interest?
Okay, expression of interest is you tell the New Zealand government that you want to move to New Zealand because you have a son living there, and you tell them all about yourself and what interests you about New Zealand and how it would work for you as a family, etc., etc. So you say to them, I really want to move to New Zealand because of all these reasons, and my son is there and he will help support us when we arrive, and blah, 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 and give them the whole explanation. Then the next one is they look at all those expressions of interest, and they're called EOIs. They're abbreviated. You'll see them later on. EOI. And that's expression of interest. Okay, saying I am interested in moving to New
So
Zealand.
I have to make a letter to tell them
That how wonderful you are and why they should accept
everything
you
about
as a
myself
parent
and then what my
immigrant.
reasons.
Yes,
And my reasons for going there.
that's right. Yeah. So that will give them an idea of, you know, whether they should look at your immigration application or not. Okay. So then after you've sent them your expression of interest, they invite you to apply.
For residence.
Okay, so that's your resident visa.
So I have to wait first
you have to
for
wait.
the
Yeah, that's
reply
right.
of the stage 1.
Yes,
for
that's
the,
right.
Yeah,
And that
then-
can take quite some time. I'll show you the times later on. But then once they say, yes, we think you would make a great immigrant and we're quite happy to
so
look
that
at your
is the time
application,
I'm going to apply.
then you actually apply for your visa. So that could take some months to happen. It could take a year to happen, right? But they will eventually get around to it and they'll either give you a yes or a no answer on that, okay? So then they invite you to apply for the visa. And then so you send in your visa application and then they make a decision about your application.
So I can get all the residence application through
Yes.
the website.
Yes,
through
and
the
I'll show you
website.
how to do it, okay? So, we're going, do you understand what this says down here?
Check the criteria.
Do you know what criteria is?
What is another word for criteria? It's
Conditions, perhaps?
oh yeah,
Conditions
yeah.
or the
The
requirements?
requirements.
Yes, yes.
More on the requirements.
Yes, so let's check the criteria. Is it going? No, click it once more. No, hang on, what's happening? Ah, so much trouble this morning. Okay. Pull down this one. You have to
This
answer,
one.
what is your nationality on your passport? So you can actually start to type it in. It's actually quicker sometimes on these websites if you start typing it in.
Oh, okay.
PH. Oh, hang on. Where are we? Scroll down again. It's disappeared. There we are. Philippines. So click on the Philippines. Now your country of residence. That would be
Here.
Singapore. That's right. So start typing Singapore. We can put this up here. There we are. That. There.
Including others on
Just
application.
at the moment, we'll just look at you.
For-
Okay. So
for view.
just click it. You have to pull it down and
Say
click
no.
no. Yeah. So we'll just look for you for the moment. Okay.
Okay. So view.
View. And this will tell you it's going now. You can see a little worm crawling around up there. This, if you scroll down again, it's got expression of interest.
Interest.
What evidence you need for the expression of interest. Okay.
You must complete an expression of interest. You must complete a parent category expression of interest form telling us about whether you intend to apply for residence under Tier 1 or Tier 2 of our two-tiered system. Your identity, character, and health. Your English speaking ability. If you don't speak English, you must agree to pay for English language lessons if your application is approved. Also, they will approve even though
Yeah. They prefer that you speak English, but they will require you to have lessons if you don't. But your English is perfectly good.
your family, your sponsor, your guaranteed lifetime income, settlement funds, or your sponsor's income. So either one of those.
Yes, that's right. So what they're saying there is, if you have a lot of money put aside, say you were a very wealthy woman and you had a lot of money put aside, then you say to them, I have enough money to support myself for the rest of my life. If you don't, then you can say, my son is there and my son will help me to meet my requirements, and your son then has to prove his income. Okay?
Okay. Whichever of these you will use to meet the requirements for the tier under which you intend to apply for residence.
Mm-hmm.
Parent category expression of interest.
That's the form. Now, just before you click on that, I actually printed out the guide for you. You can keep this. See, there's a guide here that
Yes.
says the parent category guide. Now, I printed that out for you because it was quite long. So that actually gives you an idea and gives you the rules about how to fill out the form, right? So we're not going to fill out the form just yet, I don't think. Oh, hang on. We might go back, scroll down slightly. Yeah. I want you to, okay, just minimize the first one. Keep going up and hide there, right? Now, I want you to look at all the things down the side here, and in fact, we might just maximize this just so you get a clear view of it. That's better. And scroll down and see all of these things. You've got your expression of interest, you have your invitation to apply for residence. So you must be invited to apply for residence. That's what we were talking about before, okay? You must prove your identity. You have to be in good health. You have to have good character. You have to have English language. You have no dependent children. You must have an adult child who is eligible to sponsor you. And your sponsoring child's immigration status must be a New Zealand citizen or resident. Okay?
Okay.
So scroll down further. I think there's more, yeah. Your sponsoring child's place of residence must be in New Zealand. You must be the parent or legal guardian of the sponsoring child.
So even a legal guardian can be
Yes, if
sponsored?
you adopted a child or you know, fostered a child with a legal guardian, yes, you could do that. If you intend to apply for residence under Tier 1, you must meet Tier 1 requirements, and these are the Tier 2 requirements. Keep scrolling, and that's it. Okay, so that goes on to fees. So we'll go back up. And what I'm going to do is get you to open each one of those and just have a quick read. So you've done the expression of interest. So after the expression of interest, if you are accepted, you must be invited. So let's have a look at the evidence you need to be invited to apply.
Do I need to read?
If you like, yes.
If we select your expression of interest from our selection pool, we'll invite you to apply for residence. If you're invited to apply for residence, we'll ask you to first complete a parent category residence application. Second, provide evidence to support the claims you made in your EOI. You'll have 4 months to send us your application. You can use the parent category guide to help you complete the parent category residence application.
And that's the one I
That's
printed
the one
out
you
for
give to
you.
me.
Okay, just minimize that one. Just go back to the first one for a second. I think there's something in there we might have missed.
This one.
Okay, just read these bits here.
You don't need to include any evidence with your expression of interest.
EOI.
You-
You don't need to include any evidence. In other words, your expression of interest is simply a letter to them saying, this is what I want to do and these are the reasons I want to do it, and this is why I feel I would be a good fit in your country, right? But you don't need to provide any of this other evidence until they write back and say, okay, we're interested, yes, send us your visa application, and then you have 4 months in order to reply to that that letter they sent to you and submit your visa application. But when you do submit your visa application, you have to have the whole host of evidence. So what you should do is line up your evidence after you've sent your letter or expression of interest in or your EOI. Then you should get all your evidence together whilst you're waiting for the result. Because if you get it and then you have trouble getting some of the information or some of the documents that you need, it could be a problem because you only have 4 months to respond.
Okay.
So that's a really good thing to know. Okay?
If your EOI meets the requirements, we will enter it into a selection pool. What does that mean?
It means they'll put all the ones that, all the EOIs that look good, they put into a pool and then they choose them. Now, you may go into a pool and there's hardly anyone else applying, so that means you'll be chosen fairly quickly. If there's thousands and thousands and thousands of people applying, it may take a bit longer. Yes,
they will just choose?
essentially, yes. So it's okay. You still got to get passed by them first, so that's good. You need to get in that pool, and you will stay in there.
Tier 1 EOIs are selected first.
In other words,
so that the Tier 1 is the one who are selected
yes,
first.
yes.
So what is the difference between the?
I'm pretty sure when we keep reading, you'll find tier 1 is if you have a child, a direct child there. Tier 2 is if it's a grandchild.
Okay. You can use the parent category guide to help you complete your EUI. So this one.
Yeah, that one there. Okay.
So this is like the guide for you
Yes,
on
you can,
how to.
yes, and it guides you on your EOI and it guides you on your visa
Visa.
application. Okay.
So
So
I
minimize
have
that one.
number
Yeah.
this one.
Yes, your identity. You must provide proof of identity. So let's have a look at that one. So what do you need? This is when you apply for a visa. When you get approved your after your EOI and they say yes, submit an application, these are the things you need for your visa. Okay?
You must provide proof of your identity. First, 2 recent passport size photos. Second, a current passport or certificate of identity. Third, an original or certified copy of your full birth certificate. Fourth, your taxation number or social security number if you have one.
Okay. And
Acceptable photos.
yeah, I think that just shows you what style of photos and what style of identity documents.
Identity documents.
Yes.
You don't need to provide any identity documents until you are invited to apply for the
Yes.
residence.
So this is when you're applying for the visa to reside in.
But these are already the one you told me to the first to this invitation to apply for residence. You told me, the expression of interest. You told me that it is advisable to get ready.
Get ready. Once you put in your expression of interest, your EOI, once you've sent it off, start collecting the other bits that you need.
So this is included already.
Yeah. No, you haven't already sent this. You have not. You don't send this with your EOI.
Yeah, but you have to get
you start
ready.
get ready.
Getting ready.
So you get your copy. See, for example, you have to have a certified
Right,
copy of your full birth certificate. Do you understand what that means?
Yes.
Okay. So you might go home and say, well, I can't find my full birth certificate.
So I have to
So I have to go apply for your birth
yes.
certificate. It might take them weeks to get it.
Yes.
Then you have to find someone who will certify it and say this is a certified copy. So it might take you
Time.
weeks and
Time,
weeks to get
yes.
some of these things
Yes.
together.
Oh, okay.
So
Now I
start
understand.
thinking about them the moment you send off your EOI. Because if you find any of these hard to get, at least you're already working on it. Because once
Yes,
they
yes.
write back and say yes, you can apply, you've only got 4 months. And
Okay.
4 months goes past really quickly. Okay?
Yes, it's true.
So the next one is your
Is
health.
You must be in good health. You must have a chest x-ray and a medical examination as proof of your good health. Getting an x-ray or medical, I think they have a certain
Have a look at that one. Just open it up and see what they say.
getting an x-ray or medical examination. If you need to get a chest x-ray or medical examination, you need to bring certain things along to your appointment. At your appointment, the physician will examine you and send us information we can use to check you have an acceptable standard health. If you have to get a chest x-ray or medical examination, you need to use a doctor or a radiologist from our list of panel physicians. So this means they have to let you go for the examination for the choice of
From their choice.
hospital
Yes.
and doctors.
Yes, so they'll send you a list of doctors that are suitable in Singapore, and you have to go to one of their chosen doctors, and you have to take along a certain form. And here's a list of panel physicians available, so you can sort of go.
I have one question. Even if, because this is my point of residence, I'm from Philippines. So I can apply for the parent visa here.
Yes.
I don't
Yes,
need
you're
to go
applying-
back to.
No, you're
to
applying
Philippines.
directly to New Zealand, so you're not applying here in Singapore, you're not applying in the Philippines, you're actually applying in New Zealand.
Okay. So
Okay?
okay. So I can do it here.
Yes. So I just wanted to point out to you, you stumbled over the word radiologist. Do you know what a radiologist is?
Yes, they are the one who do the X-ray.
Yes, that's right. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent.
You don't need to click the.
No, you don't need to. Yeah.
When to have your X-ray or medical examination, the chest X-ray and medical certificates that doctors send us to confirm you have had your X-ray and or medical examination must be no more than 3 months old when we receive
Okay,
them.
so this would be one of the things you'd leave until you actually get the approval. So, for example,
From the AUI.
yes. So, for example, you might get your birth certificate, you might get your other documents ready, your passport copy and everything else that you need, but leave the X-ray until you've got the approval and then go and get the X-ray.
Okay.
Okay? So just think about the timelines in what you have to send in, okay?
For these reason, we recommend you arrange any medical appointment as soon as you can before applying for visa. So this
Yes.
is already, as what you said, when the EUI is
Yes.
already approved.
Yeah.
What to bring to your appointment? An identity document,
What might that be? What might an identity document?
passport,
Yes, excellent.
your glasses or contact lenses if you use them.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we need?
Because they'll test your eyes as well.
Ah,
Okay?
so you need to have your glasses.
Yes. Okay.
A list of any medication you are taking, including dosage. So when
So
you
if
are-
you're taking, I don't know, if you're taking the pill, they would ask you which pill you were taking and how much you take, what dose you take.
Oh, but if you don't,
If you don't have anything, that's fine.
if you just take
Vitamins,
vitamins,
it's fine.
okay, only those when for your like medication.
Yeah, anything that you're prescribed.
From the
Yeah.
doctor.
Yeah. So I guess you could tell them if you take vitamin C or something, but I don't think it would be a major concern. But yes, you could certainly be open about that too.
Any relevant medical reports or X-rays? Is it from the past?
Yes. For example, say you had a medical report that you had diabetes, for example,
Okay.
then you would take that along. Or if you had X-rays of perhaps you had lung cancer at some stage, you would take those X-rays along, and then you would take the X-rays along showing that the lung cancer is gone. You know what I mean?
Okay,
So any
okay.
relevant, anything that you've had in the recent past that affects your health.
Okay.
Okay?
If you are 17 or under, your parent or legal guardian with you.
Yeah, well,
So
you're
you
not
have
17, you're fine. You're just a little bit over. Okay?
just. If you are using an immigration advisor, a completed immigration advisor details form. What does
Okay.
that mean?
You know when I talked to you about this
Agent?
the agent form before?
This one? Yeah.
Yes. That's
This
an
one?
agent. So if you go through
So you mean if I go through the agent,
Mhm.
they will be the one to do everything?
Yes,
but
that's
I just
right.
have to supply.
You have to take your body along to the doctor and have a medical examination. But if you're using an agent to apply for your visa, then you need the documents from the agent as well.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So, but it does cost, well, it cost my husband $3,000 for an agent to do his in Australia. So it's quite expensive. Okay?
Mhm.
And it really looks like a fairly simple site. So it's,
Yes, yes. If you choose to, you can bring a family member, support person, and or interpreter to your appointment. Let the clinic know when you make your appointment if you will be bringing another person with you.
Mhm.
What does that mean?
That means, if you choose to, you can bring a family member, a support person, or an interpreter. So, say for example, you were a bit nervous about going for your full medical exam, and
Okay.
you could take me along with you,
Yes, yes,
and I would help you to understand the process and so on. So you can take a friend along with you, or a family member,
Okay.
who will help you through
Through the medical exam.
process. Yes, some people are very nervous about
Yes,
those
yes,
things, so that's.
This one?
Just scroll down.
This one.
Yeah.
If you're not from an e-medical country,
In other words, the e-medical countries would be the ones that probably. Okay. I'm assuming, it doesn't actually say, but I'm assuming an e-medical country is one that is a first or second world country where they have electronic data on your medical records. So it can be submitted electronically.
back here,
Yes,
are
right
they?
here. We are in an
Singapore is
e-medical country, so
Okay.
we're okay here.
Mhm.
All right, and there it lists e-medical
already
countries.
Okay. This one.
If you're from an e-medical country, you need
You
to
need to
read
read a copy of the e-medical consent and declaration before your examination. During your examination, you'll be asked to confirm that you understand it and then sign it in front of your physician. If you are age 17 years or under, your parent or guardian will need to sign it for you.
Okay, so what they're saying there, and here is the e-medical consent and declaration document. What they're saying is when you go in for your medical examination, you sign this document in front of your doctor or the doctor that is going to examine you, and it essentially says, I give you permission to send all of my medical details off to there. Yeah, okay? So it's
So
not
it
process.
means your medical result will be
Sent.
directly sent
Yes.
from this e-medical
Yes,
hospital
to New Zealand.
to New Zealand. You don't need
No, they'll send it directly.
to give them
Yeah.
the result.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. So that is the e-medical.
Mhm.
What happens at a medical examination?
Mhm.
There are three parts to the medical examination: medical history and physical examination,
Mhm.
urine and blood test, chest X-ray if required.
Okay.
The physician will complete the physical examination. He or she will check your height, weight, mental state,
They'll know if you're mad.
hearing and vision, listen to your heart, lungs, feel your abdomen, and check your reflexes, power, and the rest of your nervous system. Wow, this is really whole.
Yes, it's a whole medical
Whole
examination.
body.
Yes.
You need to remove some items of clothing for your physical examination. Some parts of the physical examination may be completed by a nurse or health care assistant.
So that there alone, you may need to remove some items of clothing for the physical examination, is why some people like to take a friend or
yes,
a
so
family
you,
member with them.
someone can come.
Yes. So that it's safety.
Yes.
It's just a
for-
safety
yes,
issue
yes,
for
yes,
a lot of
yes.
it, or a modesty issue.
Yes,
You know.
yes.
So there is that to it.
You will need to provide a urine sample during the medical examination. You will also need to get blood test and possibly a chest X-ray and some other tests if necessary. You may need to go to different places to get some tests done.
Mhm.
If you'd like a copy of your medical examination results, you should advise the clinic at the time you are undergoing your examination. So you have to tell them.
Mhm.
Women, you can't have your medical examination during your period menstruation because the blood can affect your result. You need to wait until your period finishes before having your medical examination. Women aged 45 and over may need to have a breast examination. Your physician will tell you if you need one.
We won't worry about children, so go down to the next one.
Cost of your health examination. You are responsible for paying any fees and costs associated with your medical examinations. Health costs can vary from country to country. For this reason, we recommend that you contact the clinic before your appointment to ask about the fees. But they are the one who will tell you which one of the clinic or the hospital that
Yes, they will tell you which are the acceptable.
because they have
ones.
already from
Yeah.
the previous, right?
But
they
you
have
can
the-
ring and ask their costs before you go,
Before
and you
you
can
go.
find the cheapest one. And you'll probably find they have a fairly standard price range, but it's worth ringing around and finding one that's the cheapest for you.
But if they are the one who will tell you which clinic or hospital you go for your medical, do you think they are not the expensive one?
Well, no, not necessarily.
Really?
Not everyone has a lot
Really?
of money. Oh yeah, I think you'll find there's a range of like expat style medical centres through to regular.
So they will provide
Yes.
you also not only the expensive one.
Yes, yeah, I think they'll provide you with a range, so you can go through and check,
okay.
and you can choose one in your area, and one that's convenient to you. You might even know some of them, so it's worth looking at the whole list. So let's just quickly, they use your medical examinations, decide if you have an acceptable standard of health.
Yeah.
And all the blood tests and urine tests and chest X-rays, the physician will grade your health and send it to us, right? So you can get email notifications that they've received your health information. So if you go into the medical and a couple of weeks later you think, they haven't sent me any email, you can check on it, but they will send you an email when they've got it. If there are no significant abnormal results, our online health system may decide you have an acceptable
Standard of health within minutes. Wow,
Okay.
that's cool.
And then it will be referred to an immigration officer
Officers
for
for manual processing.
Okay, so if you've got a clean bill of health, it
Mhm.
will go through very quickly.
So, example, if you have something so they will right away turn down application.
Well, if you had, for example, tuberculosis,
Mhm.
they may ask you for further tests and see what treatment you have, and they would require you to have treatment for that before.
But they will still give you a chance to
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're not going to turn you away immediately, but they will give you. I think you said your son had tuberculosis.
Yeah, the third one.
Yeah.
But he is clean.
It's clear. Yeah, that's right. So they will let you know if they find a problem. They'll let you know, and then they'll work with you to find a way to manage it. Or
Also, they're still going to give you a
They
chance.
will give you a
to-
chance. They're not going to turn you down immediately. They
Oh,
will
that's
give you a
good.
little bit of a
That's very
chance.
good.
Okay. So what we might do is close this because that's more or less done.
So,
So close this here
Oh.
with the X. Okay. So we'll minimize that, and what we're going to do is just quickly go through all of these. So you have to be of good character.
a good character.
Do you understand what that means?
Yes.
Yeah. No police record,
yes,
no
yes.
robbing banks
Yes.
or anything like that. You must be.
Along here in Singapore, you are already.
So you must be able to
Must
speak
speak
English,
English.
okay?
Yeah.
You have no dependent children.
Yes.
Okay.
You must have an adult child who is eligible to sponsor.
That's right. Your child, your
Your
sponsoring
sponsored child must be New Zealand citizen or resident.
Yes, that's right.
Your sponsoring child must live in New Zealand.
Yes.
You must be the parent or legal guardian of the
Yes.
sponsoring child. If
Okay.
you intend to apply for residence under Tier 1, you must meet Tier 1 requirements.
Okay, so let's have a look at the evidence for Tier 1 requirements just quickly.
To meet the requirements for Tier 1, you must either
You have to have a guaranteed
lifetime income
of $27,584
a year.
a year
If you are single.
or a couple is $40,523, or you can bring $500,000 to New Zealand, or you can have a sponsoring child, that's your son,
Yeah.
with an annual income of New Zealand $65,000,
or on your
Okay.
own.
yeah, or $90,000 with their partner.
So with their, if both of them are working,
Yeah.
it should be
It should be fine.
90,000 or more.
Yeah. Okay.
It is a year
Yeah,
income.
yeah. So that you need evidence of that. This is
That's
when
it.
you're applying for the visa, okay? And that you can send bank statements, asset
Yes,
valuations, and these are all the types of evidence you can provide, okay?
Evidence of your sponsoring child's income may include tax summaries
Yes.
from inland pay slips,
Yeah.
bank
Yeah.
statements, and tax returns.
Okay.
So,
All right. So let's go back and I'm going to give you a little questionnaire now. Question B, and all those things you just went through. I'm going to get you to answer by looking at this site that we've just been going through to get some idea. And what I'll quickly do, oh, pen, I pinched it, sorry, I stole it from you. Let's see, just read through the questions while I quickly find something. Oh, there, you go through and do that first, yeah.
this one, right?
Yeah.
Are you eligible for this visa if you have dependent children in your country? Can I just write?
You can just write on it, yeah.
Can you work in New Zealand with this visa? I think so, right? You must think that. Where is that? Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. I remember it's yes. How long does the visa last?
Why didn't we go?
We didn't.
No,
Yeah.
we didn't.
Yeah, we didn't.
So how long, oh, does the visa last? Oh, it's a very strange question. I wrote that question.
Wait, maybe I think we had that before. Maybe it's in here.
Just ignore that one for the moment.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I do know the answer to that.
Uh-huh.
It's actually lifetime. It's a lifetime
Wow.
visa. So until you pass away. So it's
Really?
a lifetime. So once you get this visa, it's actually for a lifetime.
Wow.
Okay?
Can you take your husband or partner with you? Yes, right?
Yes.
This is the one I asked
Mhm.
just now. Before you can be granted a parent resident visa, what do you need to submit? EOI? After submission, how long does it take for approval by the New Zealand government?
Leave that one blank and we'll come back to that one.
Who is the sponsor for this type of visa?
Who is responsible?
Adult.
In this case for you?
For me,
Yes.
my son.
Yes.
If your EOI is accepted, how long do you have to submit your application? 4 months, right? How long does it take for the visa application to be approved? How long
Well,
is
we
it?
find that one too, didn't we?
Yeah.
So I must have found this when I looked through the site before. So
So
we've
we
got two
have
questions.
1, 2.
So we've got number 6 and
Number
number 9.
nine.
Okay, so after submission, how long, where is it?
How long does it take for the visa application to be approved? After submission, how long does it take for approval by the New Zealand government?
This is a submission of the EOI. Yeah?
I think so.
Yeah, and then how long does it take for the visa application to be approved? So we want to know how long the approval for the EOI takes, and we want to know how long the visa
So for
approval
application
takes.
to be approved.
Okay, so we need to find those things.
Okay.
So let's just scroll back up to the top. Okay, now go back down slightly. This is all evidence. Why don't we go back a page to the previous one? These are again, go back one more. Okay, so just, you send us your expression of interest, so have a look in this one. Look at this is giving us a lot more information, alright? You must complete and send us a parent category expression of interest form together with your application fee. So you need to send your fee off at the same time, okay? You'll need to let us know if your expression of interest, or EOI, is Tier 1 or Tier 2. You can use our office and fees finder to find out how much you'll need to pay and the address to send your EOI. If we select your EOI from our selection pool, we may invite you to apply for residence. We select Tier 1 first. If we invite you to apply, you'll have 4 months to send us your application. If you don't apply in time, you'll need to send us a new EOI or go back into the selection pool. Okay? You send us your resident application. So you must complete and sign a parent category resident application. So that's your visa application, okay? You need to send it to us with your applicable fee, your immigration levy, and supporting documents. Okay? Including your child's
Sponsoring.
your sponsoring child's completed sponsorship form for residents.
Yes.
Okay? You can use our office and fees finder to find out how much you'll need to pay.
an address
Alright.
to send you. We make a decision about the application.
Resident visa applications can take several months to process. If there's anything else you need to do, we'll be in touch. If we approve your application in principle, based on the settlement funds you bring to New Zealand, you'll need to transfer the funds before we can grant residence. Now, there are several ways of approving you. One is if you already have funds in the bank and you say, I'm paying my own way, and you need to transfer the money before you go. The other way that you will be going in under the sponsorship of your son. Okay? So you don't need to do this bit. You do need to just get your son to do the application for you, his sponsorship form for residence. Okay, that's what you need to do for this bit. Alright? So it does say resident visa applications can take several months to process. So your answer, how long does it take for the visa application to be approved? Several months. Okay? So we're still looking for how quickly the EOI.
How does it take for approval?
Yeah, by the New Zealand government. So let's see if we can scroll down from there and just see. Just go back up a little. Go back up a little bit more. Go back one. Oh, hang on. Here we are. So scroll right up. Things to note.
Grandparents and legal guardians may be able to apply for residence under this category. If you have any dependent child and you're not eligible for this visa. Expression of interest can stay in selection pool for a long time. This can be up to 12 months for Tier 1 EOIs and up to 7 years for
Tier 2. Okay.
one year for
Yes, up
Is
to
it
12 months, yes.
So, really?
Yes. So, you know, you've got to be ready with all your documents, because once you do get that approval, then you've only got 4 months to get it in.
Oh.
All right? But you don't know in that 12 months when it's going to come back.
Oh, okay, okay. So they really, how they say, they really strain or really choose or really people to
They're
go.
very particular,
Yeah.
but they are very open as well.
Yes,
They're
yes,
very
yes.
open-minded people. So I don't think I would
But I
like
think
that.
this is also okay for the New Zealand to be strict.
Oh, I think it's
Because
important.
the country is very nice, so you want your country to be protected.
Exactly. Yeah.
No wonder that their country is really,
Yes.
really nice.
All right, we might take a break because we've been going for quite some time now. So we'll have a coffee break and then start on the second part.
Okay, no
Shortly.
problem.
Okay. All right, just leave that open. I'll make us a coffee. Was that fun?
Yes, more